Once upon a time, in a quiet village surrounded by whispering forests, lived a clever but extremely lazy woman. She avoided housework as if it were a terrible curse. She had two daughters, Emma and Emily. Emma, the younger one, was spoiled and clumsy, always whining for attention. Emily, the older sister, was kind, patient, and full of talent. But their mother adored Emma and ignored Emily. So all the chores, cooking, washing, sweeping, fell onto poor Emily's shoulders. Every morning, the mother shouted, "Emily, clean the house, wash the dishes, and finish your sewing for the market. Hurry!" Emily tried her best, though her little heart often grew tired. One warm afternoon, Emily went outside with her embroidery to take a breath of fresh air. She sat near the old village well to stitch quietly. Suddenly, flap, flap, a mischievous rooster landed right on her head and cackled loudly. Startled, Emily dropped her embroidery, and it fell straight into the well. "Oh no, Mother will scold me again," she whispered, worried. She leaned over to grab the bucket rope, but the stones beneath her feet were slippery. Suddenly, splash! Emily lost her balance and tumbled into the well. Emily expected cold water, but when she opened her eyes, she was lying in a glowing meadow filled with shimmering flowers. A little white rabbit tugging at a giant carrot saw her and cried, "Miss, could you help me? This carrot won't budge." Emily smiled and helped pull it out easily. The rabbit bowed gratefully and hopped away. As Emily walked further, she saw a drooping sunflower whisper faintly, "Water, please." Emily hurried to a sparkling fountain and brought water cupped in her hands. The sunflower rose tall and bright and showered her with golden pollen like a blessing. After walking a while, Emily found a small cottage covered in vines. In front of it stood a tall woman with silver hair and eyes like moonlight. She introduced herself with a gentle smile. "My name is Lady Seraphina. I keep the balance of this magical garden. If you help me tend to my cottage, I will give you shelter and food." Emily, unsure how to return home, agreed. Every morning she fluffed Seraphina's feather bed, swept the garden path, and sang softly while working. And every night Seraphina cooked warm stews and told stories of magic, stars, and forgotten worlds. Emily felt loved, something she had rarely felt at home. After many days, Emily finally gathered courage and said, "Lady Seraphina, I love it here, but I miss my home." Seraphina nodded kindly. "You have been pure of heart, Emily. The garden has watched your goodness." She led Emily to a shining golden door hidden behind glowing vines. "When you walk through this door, your kindness will return to you." Emily stepped through. A swirl of warm light wrapped around her. Her torn dress turned into a beautiful gown woven with silver threads. Gold coins softly rained around her feet. Her lost embroidery reappeared in her hands, perfectly finished. Seraphina smiled. "This world rewards pure hearts. Farewell, dear Emily." Emily closed her eyes to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. When she opened them, she stood in front of her house. The rooster crowed loudly. Emily has returned. When Emily entered her home, her mother and sister stared in shock. "Where did you get all this gold?" her mother demanded. Emily calmly told them about the magical world below the well. Greedy Emma immediately grabbed a hoop and thread and ran to the well. She threw herself inside, expecting treasure. But in the magical world, she refused to help the rabbit. She ignored the thirsty sunflower. She complained constantly. So when she reached Lady Seraphina's door, the garden turned dark. A door of black smoke opened instead. Emma stepped out. covered not in gold, but in sticky tar and feathers. The villagers burst into laughter. From that day on, their mother finally understood. Kindness brings blessings, greed brings trouble. Emily's life changed forever. She became known as Emily the Golden-Hearted, and she lived happily, wisely, and lovingly ever after.